Hello and welcome back. Let's solve LeetCode 217, contains duplicate. It's an easy question. We're going to talk about a naive solution and also we'll be discussing an optimal solution for this question. Given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. Example 1, given array nums having element 1, 2, 3, and 1, we return true because 1 occurs 2 times in this array. And let's take a look at example 2. Nums equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. All the elements are distinct, so we return false. It doesn't contain any duplicate values. Example 3, 1, 1. As soon as we saw a duplicate value, immediately we return true. And these are the constraints for the question. So the most naive solution for this question is going to be, let's imagine we have an array, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. The most naive solution for this problem could be using two for loops. The outer for loop, I will start from 0 and j will start from I plus 1. I will go to the second last element to n minus 1, and j will go to n, to the last element. So what we are going to do, we will compare each element at I with each element at j. So I initially will be here and j will be here. So if we'll check if I equal to j, no it's not. We will increment j, we'll say j plus plus for the inner loop. Next time j is going to be here, we'll again say if element at I is equal to j, no they are not. We'll increment j again, j plus plus, j becomes here. We'll again check if element at I is equal to j, no they are not, j becomes here, they are not equal. And finally j becomes here. We'll say if element at I is equal to element at j, yes they are, 1 equal to 1, we will return true. So this is going to be the naive solution. It will have a big O of n square time complexity. So let me close this one, and for that let's first take the length of this nums array, and let's call it n equal to nums dot length. For the outer loop we'll say for int I equal to 0, I less than n minus 1 goes all the way to the second last element, and I plus plus. And the inner loop will be for int, let's say j equal to I plus 1, j less than n, and j plus plus. We'll check if nums of I, if element at I index is equal to element at j index, nums of j. As soon as we found a duplicate value, we'll immediately return true. Otherwise, if we exited out of these two for loops and we didn't hit this return, what we are going to do, we will return false at the end. So return false. Let's run the code. It's accepted, but it has a big O of n square because we have two nested for loops, and if we submit that, it's going to exceed the time limit, and the interviewer will not like that. So we'll be asked to optimize this code. We can optimize and bring the time complexity from big O of n square to big O of n by using some data structures like hash set. We know that set data structure contains only distinct values. Set doesn't allow duplicate values. So set, imagine we have an array 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. We will create a set data structure and we will start looping through each element in the array. We will start from 1 and check if 1 is already in the set. No, 1 is not, so we will put 1 in our set, and we will loop, and when we reach 2, we'll check if 2 is already in the set. No, 2 is not, so we will put 2 also. When we reach 3, we check 3 is already in the set. No, 3 is not, we put that. And when we reach 1, we check if 1 is already in the set. Yes, 1 is already in the set, we return true. We found a duplicate and we return true. And set data structure has a fast lookup. When we look up for each item, it's going to have a constant time, or big O of 1 time complexity. So for this solution, we will have one traverse over the array. It's going to be big O of n time complexity, and we will create a hash data set. So for that, we will have big O of n space complexity also, but the overall time complexity is going to be big O of n. For each lookup, we will have big O of 1. That's constant. We are not going to count that. So let's solve this problem and optimize it using a set data structure. What I'm gonna do is I will remove all of them, or let's remove this inner for loop. For that, let's create a set data structure. Set integer, let's call it set equal to new hash set. We're gonna use hash set implementation. So for each element, let's call a enhanced for loop. For int num in nums, we check if set dot contains num. If this num is already in the set, we found a duplicate and we return true. Otherwise, if we traverse over all the elements of the array and we didn't find any duplicate, we will return false at the end. Let's run the code. Oh, but once we check that, but we should also add the element to the set. We forgot to add it. Set.add. Let's add number to our set. Let's run the code again. Accept it and let's submit. Yeah, we have successfully submitted. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.